Hello, loves. Welcome to the podcast. Normally, when I record podcasts, I wear my blue light glasses and look at the screen, but this episode is a vulnerable episode, so no glasses, just me and the mic. I just got done with the reading, and in the reading, we were answering, well, we didn't actually answer the question, but we were posing the question, why does it have to be so hard? And that question was a sort of affirmation for something that I was thinking about doing. And so now I'm doing it. I'm going to share with you a message that I channeled. To begin with, it was for myself, but it became pretty quickly apparent that it was for a larger audience than just me. I am asking the question, why do we hate ourselves so much? And I know that there are many of you out there that do not hate yourself, and bravo to you. And then I know that there are many of you out there that do have some level of self-loathing for some amount of time. So, this is a message that I channeled for myself while I was out on a walk. The sound is going to be very different. There will be no video, and you will hear pauses. I'll be either pausing the channeling because I'm going to go over a curb or avoid the leaf blower machine. So it's going to be very different, but it's going to be me channeling from the guides to us about that question. Why do we hate ourselves so much? What does Spirit have to say about that? I hope that you benefit from this episode. And if you were a person that found this through because you Googled that question, please call somebody, reach out, look for a phone number in the show notes for a crisis hotline. And we'll talk soon, loves. I'm wishing you all the best. I'm wishing you all lots of love, and I hope that a lot of that is coming from yourself to yourself. All right. Enjoy and talk soon. This season on the Living Out Love podcast, we are focusing on you, who you are, what motivates you, what you're here to contribute, and how you can expand. We'll be utilizing my leadership skills and spiritual connection, diving deep into the Enneagram and astrology. Listen every week to become intimately aware of yourself. Only then can you heal and grow. Let's get to work, loves. Why do we hate ourselves? We hate ourselves because we do not know that we are divine. And by divine, we mean you are the same as everything else. There's nothing about you that is less than anything else on the planet. Be that the trees, sky, the people around you. It's not possible to be less than because you are all made up of the same things. The second primary reason that you hate yourself is because you do not understand that the imperfect is perfect. The human mind thinks that perfect is divine and the thing that should be strived for. That if you are perfect, you will thus be more holy. You do not understand that the imperfect is already perfect because you are already holy. You cannot become more or less holy. You cannot become more or less divine. You already are that which you are. And thus it is already done. The imperfect of which you see in the human realm can never become more perfect than it already is. It can never be made up of different matter, of different energy. It is that which it is. Those are the two primary reasons, although there is a third. And the third is that you have forgotten your purpose and that you are afraid of your purpose. When we disconnect from that which it is that we are here to do, or when we turn away or face some obstacle into doing that which it is we are here to do, that causes self-loathing. And the issue is you often in your human mind will not know will not know that you are not doing what it is you are here to do. You will think, you get up, you go to work, your bills, see your children, community member, you can, quote, do everything right, and still not be doing what it is that your soul came here to do. And at a soul level, you feel that. And your body will communicate that to you in whichever way your body communicates to you. When you are not on the path that your soul longs to be on, it causes a self-hatred. It is your brain's incorrect assessment. Your brain feels that energy and interprets that as I am not who I am supposed to be, rather than I am not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. There is a caveat to the idea, the third point we make, about why the soul purpose is a part of self-loathing. And the caveat is, you do get to decide this one. You don't get to decide that you are holy, and you don't get to decide that the imperfect is perfect. That is spiritual law. But you do get to decide whether or not you live out your soul's calling. That is a decision. And that is the ultimate nail in the coffin of self-hatred. For one may choose not to follow their soul calling. And they may choose it in a moment that feels 100% like love, self-protection, nurturing. But then wake up one day and have regret and feel as though they missed it. Feel as though they were supposed to choose differently. And turn that on themselves. Think that I should have known better. I should have known that what felt like self-protection was really keeping myself small. I should have known that what felt like love was really enabling. We turn on ourselves. And here is where we come back to the first 2 points. The imperfect is already perfect. There is no perfect. There is no should have, because it is already perfect. And when you find yourself separated from your soul calling, you simply reconnect. And it is as simple as that. Your self-hatred is born of these 3 things. It's born of the unawareness or the forgetting that you are already divine and already worthy, and nothing can change that. Nothing will ever change that. And it's born of the forgetting or unawareness that everything is already perfect. Because everything is already divine and already holy. So thus it is already perfect. Then the third thing, this is the part that's changeable, is the feeling that you are not following your soul's calling. This is the ultimate ego buster. I have not done what I came here to do. Not who I think I am. I do not deserve to do the things I came here to do. I'm not going to be able to do the things I came here to do. Any sort of thought or belief you have, feeling, intuition, any sort of experience in your body that would tell you that you either would choose not to, are not capable of, or too afraid of, that you would allow some obstacle to overcome your ability to live out your soul purpose. That is the self-hatred, where you believe you are too weak to do what is yours. That is the self-hatred. And our dear ones, there is no such thing too weak or too late or too slow. There is only divine imperfection, divine perfection. It is your soul's calling, because you are meant to follow the calling. How and when You follow the calling, and what that looks like is variable. And thus, it is all perfect. And so to our ones that are struggling at this time, struggling with self-hatred, we see you. We feel it. And we ask that you let it go. We ask that you suspend the idea that you are divine and holy. You're not ready to accept that, and that is okay. But allow it to float in the ethers. And just accept that what is, just accept the imperfection. That there will always be imperfection. And that there is no such thing as perfection. Just accept that there is no greater than. Because everything is divine. And you don't have to put yourself in that category if you are not ready. Don't think about people. Look around, the grass, the cars, the curbs, the buildings, the trees. Look around at whatever is in front of you and see that it is all already fine. It is all already a physical incarnation of an invisible energy. It's all the same. Nothing can be greater or lesser than anything else. You can see that. And when you're ready, you will put yourself in that category. And then you will say, well, why should I love myself if I am the same as everybody else? And we say to you, why not? Why not? And then we would add, because loving yourself feels better. Because loving yourself is more effective. And then we say, and it's a choice. It's all imperfect. You can choose to not love yourself and to be miserable and to stay in self-hatred. That is absolutely a choice that you have. And you can also choose to just accept that you are just as divine and holy and worthy as everything and everyone else. You are just as imperfect as everyone else. And so why not just allow yourself to be that divine, imperfect being? Why not just allow? Our dear ones, we say to you, nothing need be done. Close your eyes, take a breath, let the tears fall. Perhaps it is open your mouth and let the rage accept its full volume. Stomp your feet. Embody whatever it is that your body wants to let go of at this time. You have to release the feeling bad before you can welcome the feeling. Hating yourself is a choice, and it's an error in thought. That's all that it is. It is just as imperfect as everything else is imperfect. And as far as the human experience goes, it is just divine as everything else is divine. But you get to choose. You get to choose which part are you going to focus on. Are you going to see yourself as the whole, divine, forever worthy being that also happens to be an imperfect human, that also happens to have the skills of compassion and forgiveness because you are divine, that also happens to have the skills of self-hatred and judgment because you are human? Can you allow yourself to focus on that, to hold two things as true, and end up in love? Would you allow yourself to hold both truths of yourself? And when it comes time for you to fall into duality and polarity, could you allow yourself to fall into the love, worthiness and the oneness and the knowing more often than you fall into its shadow. Self-hatred is an error in thought. It is a misbelief, and it is optional. And we would ask that you choose a different choice. Because why not? Lean towards the truth of your divinity, which is inherently peaceful. Why not? And we ask that on this day you reach out for help, you reach out for connection. Somebody that you know can affirm you. Somebody that you know can affirm you. And if you do not feel that you have that person, then email Amy at amyhageman.love, and tell her you listen to the podcast, and tell her that you need affirmation. We are here for you. We are here even when you feel that it cannot get any darker and that there could not possibly be light. The light is within you. It is outside you. It's omnipotent. And we are here. We honor you. We love you. We affirm you. And we leave you with that.
Thank you for listening to the Living Out Love podcast. If this episode was helpful for you, there are 3 ways that you can share the love. You can send this episode to family, friend, neighbor, leave me a rating and review on your favorite podcast platform, or comment and ask questions on YouTube. This season is meant to be interactive. Thanks again for your presence. I appreciate you being here. Talk to you next week, loves.